Hey y'all, it's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a Thanksgiving look using the Morphe KathleenLights palette. I've used almost every single shade in here except for this one and these two. I watched KathleenLights swatch video and she did a tutorial. It's called like Emerald Eye or something. These look really nice. This palette is okay in my book as a first time Morphe shadow user. It does have quite a bit of fallout. I really like these, especially the shimmer shades. They're so beautiful, like you don't even need to wet your brush for these. KathleenLights did mention that this palette will be re-releasing in December. I'm not sure when, so go follow her on Instagram so that way you know the next time they're gonna release this palette. It's $14.99, so it's pretty good considering that you get 15 shades. I've been reaching for this palette quite a bit, especially because I love this white cream shade right here. It's just so soft, like I don't even know if y'all can see that. It's just so super soft and it's just so bright, for me at least. I love using it as like a brow highlight. Even in my Too Faced palettes and stuff that have that creamy white highlight shade, they don't do as good as a job as the one in this palette. Also, this shade right here that I used in my inner corner, I love it so much. I reach for this palette a lot for those two highlight shades. So sorry for the long intro. So without further ado, let's just get right into this look. Okay, so I already have this eye done. We're gonna go ahead and start on this eye. I accidentally started on my transition color right here. For that, I just used this peachy color up here in the middle. It has a little bit of shimmer, but with a fluffy brush, it doesn't really translate really shimmery. The little glitters kind of fall off once you buff it into your crease. I'm kind of weird with my transition color. I kind of like to take it all the way almost up to the brow. Not all the way, so that way I could stick my highlight shade underneath. I'm gonna take this small tapered blending brush and it's the Luxie 231. I'm gonna dip into these two shades right here. This one's kind of like a burnt mustard shade and this one's like a brown red shade. Tap off the excess because these are just a little bit powdery. I'm just going to start placing that on my outer V, kind of on the outer third of my eye, and then I always like to sweep it directly into the crease. And this is just going to give it some depth and dimension, and you can just build it up to your liking. If you're probably more of a light to fair skin tone, you probably won't need to build this up as much, but with medium to darker skin tones, these will have to be built up quite a bit. If I feel like I have any harsh lines, I like to dip into this light mauve shade color, and then I'll just run it right directly through the crease to kind of just diffuse any of the harsh lines I have there. And of course, you guys know I like to use my bun maker as a color switch. I'm going to take this black shade right here and this brown red color. I'm going to start deepening the outer third of my eye. I always like to do flicking motions towards the inside of my eye. That's just how I like to start building my color, and then I'll start to blend it in circles, start sweeping into my crease. Guys, it's like 10 o'clock. Y'all know I film at night. I don't even make sense half of the time because it's so late. I take that lighter mauve shade color if you feel like anything's too harsh. If you feel like you just want to darken it up a little bit more, go ahead and just take this black color by itself very lightly. Start placing it into the areas that you want a little bit more darker. I'm just going to dip back into that transition color again. Just buff out any of the harshness over here. I'm going to take this Ulta flat eyeshadow brush that came in a palette. I'm going to take this burnt mustard shade by itself. I'm just going to lay this across the lid, using this as a base for the next color. It's really nice by itself. You could just leave it like this and throw on some liner, mascara, and finish the rest of your routine. But I'm going to add some glitter. This other Ulta concealer brush, we're going to take this gold shade right here and we're going to place that across the lid. And I find that with these, they do have fallout, but it's like you don't even have to wet your brush. You can if you want to intensify them, but they're just as good without any setting spray. And once I have that laid down, I go back with my little blending brush. Again, take the brown red shade and the black, intensify, just blend it all together, you know. I'm gonna take my Luxie 231 again. Then I'm gonna take the transition shade that I used, which is this peachy shade right here, and we're just gonna run it on our waterline. I always like to put down a transition color on my waterline, and I just feel like it kind of connects the whole eye together, if that makes sense. I don't know why I always forget. So I'm gonna take this this Wet n Wild large eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna dip into this cream shade and the shimmer white shade just a little bit. I like to pick up more of the cream shade and then just barely tap my brush into the shimmer shade and then back into the cream shade. Tap off the excess and just place that underneath the brow. And then back to the lower lash line. I'm gonna take on this Luxie 223 short shader brush. I'm gonna first take this brown red shade and just work that all along the lower lash line and kind of bring it in a little bit. I would say stop halfway because we're gonna put another color on the inner corner. I'm gonna take a little bit of the black shade right here, run it on the lower lash line as well. Now we're going to take this same gold shade again that we used on the lid, take that on the short shader again, put that on the inner part of the lower lash line. But we're going to take it in and stop at the middle. For the inner corner highlight, I'm going to take just this white shimmer shade right here on the inner corner of the eye. For my waterline, I'm going to use the Rimmel Scandaleyes Nude Eyeliner. Did anyone get the set of these little Tarteist clay paint liners? Was that little Tarte holiday set? I feel like the formula on these is not the same as the original full-size clay paint liner by itself. I felt like that formula was way thicker, but in a good way, and really smooth and creamy. And these are kind of like, I don't want to say watery, but they're very thin. The consistency is just not as thick and moussey and creamy as the original full-size black one. Even the little black one like this that I have, it was the same consistency. I didn't like it, so kind of heartbroken. But anyways, this one is in the shade Aubergine. It's a nice brownish red shade. Y'all see that? You can't even see it. Like, that's how disappointed I am. Then once you have your wing down, go back into the palette. I'm going to take these two shades again, so the black and the red brown. I like to just deepen up that outer color. I'm going to curl my lashes. I'm going to use my favorite waterproof mascara, which is the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. I'll list what I used on my face down below. I'm just going to touch up on my bronzer. I used my Benefit Hoola bronzer.
I got eyeliner on my face.
And then for blush, from that same Cheekathon palette, I'm going to take the shade Dallas. It's like a bronzy mauvish color. We're gonna go a little bit dark here, okay? For lips, I'm gonna take this NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Club Hopper. We're also gonna fill in our lips with this. These lip liners are a little bit tough. I don't know if my lips are just really dry, but they're kind of hard. You can stop right here and be done. I'm gonna take it up a notch, and I'm going to apply the NYX Butter Gloss, and this is in the shade Rocky Road. And this is the completed look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Everything I used will be listed down below. Be sure to subscribe by hitting this button right here. All my social medias are listed down below, so go check me out there. Have a blessed day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.